Welcome back to Omni Garage. Today we've got a pretty exciting box here all the way from Australia. So our mate Nick from Detailing Shed has teamed up with MTM Hydro to send us a few products. So we'll rip into these and get them all set up.
So before we sort of unbox these detailing products here, Nick, he operates Detailing Shed, so he's the owner of Detailing Shed out of Australia, based in Sydney, and he's got a detailing website. It's got a vast range of products on there, so I recommend you guys get over there, check it out. His website's www.detailing.com.au, and he's got a range of products. He stocks things like P&S products, Gtechniq. He's got some pressure washers. He sells the big boy blowers.
Karcher, pretty much all of the big name brands. Nick has got them, and we're really excited to test quite a few of the other product lines that he's got over the coming months as well.
Absolutely. So if you're keen to check out that with the website that's pretty much got it all there, head over to his website, check it out. Or if you're unsure about what to buy, you can drop maybe Nick a message. He'll be keen to help you out and direct you in the right place. So let's get into unboxing these.
Cool. So what have we got in here today?
Check out that.
So this is pretty much the main event in here. So this is the MTM Hydro. This is the new PF22.2, but it's also the SGS28 Kit as well. So if we crack in there, have a look at what we've got.
So this is obviously the foam canister part, which is, that's 1,000 mils.
So that's a PF22.2. So what's great about this versus the older model is when we do attach this, it is going to stand up versus the previous one tipped over, so you can actually have it sitting on a shelf.
Oh yeah, because it was like that sort of hourglass shape and it's sort of unstable on the...
Yeah. So upgraded bottle. So that's pretty much everything in the kit.
That's
there.
pretty cool. And it does stand up.
So that's the main event, the foam cannon there, the PF22.2. We've also got the SGS28. So this is the handle, the trigger, the gun, and what we've got is a 40-degree 4-inch orifice, which is on a quick disconnect here as well. So that's going to be fantastic for washing wheels and having.
Yeah. So what you could do is when you're going around the car, you could use your foam gun like that, foam it, and then keep this little attachment here in your pocket, and then when you're ready to rinse, just bang it on there and you're good to go. 40 degrees spray nozzle, that'll create a nice sort of fan, I think.
So this comes with, so this is a 1/4-inch stainless steel coupler. I believe this is to attach it to a Karcher pressure washer, so we want to stock that in the cabinet for later down the track. We've got the Karcher attachment, so on the Detailing Shed website you actually choose what model pressure washer you've got, and when we chose Karcher we get the specific attachment to that.
That's good that they're running kits there, so I would assume if you go over to Nick's website, he's got all the different pressure washers that you can choose, so that's a handy wee option. It looks like this already comes sort of pre-assembled on here, and then I would guess then you would then have to assemble that to your pressure washer and get that onto there. So we will get there, but let's just enjoy the unboxing process.
Yeah. So I guess this here, quick disconnect. You can take your orifice off, set that aside, and the gun, nice and easy as well. Quick disconnect, bang on there. Yes, what's great about this kit here is what we've been using so far with our existing pressure washers is we put the foam gun way down here on the end of the lance. So this is nice. It makes it a bit more ergonomical, keeps it nice and close, and I mean, have a look at that. That really has a quality feel to it. I don't know if you can hear that.
I love that clicking noise. So if you've used any other of these foam cannons before, it almost feels pointless when you're adjusting the system here, which is like your sort of foam thickness adjustment there. You just feel like you're twisting it forever, eh? But that click noise is sort of justification that you're doing something.
Yeah, so you've got the that on the top there, and then you've also got your fan adjustment on the front there. So when we do get this outside shortly, we'll be able to give this a test. We do also have, there's an upgraded lance as part of the MTM kit as well. So that's on a 40 degree bend down here.
Yep.
So
check that out. And so this is when your quick disconnect things become, useful. You want disconnect from there, then you've got your disconnect onto there, and then you can then do the same here. So other pressure washers have kind of got a one system. You can only use this, and that's all you can use if you've got the weird little attachments, but quick disconnects make this so easy, eh?
Yeah, and I think if you're buying this kit now, having a look at it, what I would probably do is I would almost buy a couple of these, or have a look at some of the other attachments, because just being able to leave that in the bottom there, rather than having to take that out in order to reattach down here, because you're pretty much only ever going to use this lance with your 40 degree nozzle, aren't you? So,
and is that rubber on the end there? Oh, that's quite good. So if you do bang that up against the paint, there's a little bit of security there that, I mean, if you hit it on there, well, that's just tough luck, but at least there's something there to maybe help you out.
So this kit here, so it can be bought including all the Karcher attachments. So this is 410 Australian dollars through the Detailing Shed website. And what you get is basically everything you see here. So you get the SGS28, you get the lance, you get the orifice, you have all of the attachments, the disconnects, the Teflon tape to get it all set up, and the PF22.2. And that's a huge upgrade to any pressure washer kit, and definitely what we've been using with the Karcher.
Yeah.
What else have we got in the box?
Well, of course, if you've got a foam gun, you probably need some Gtechniq citrus foam wash.
So this here has a dilution ratio of 10:1, so you've got a litre worth of product in there. And I guess this is going to be a great product to start testing with the PF22.2. So I think we're pretty well all set to go.
Is this pH close to pH neutral?
Yeah, I think it's pH neutral. So you should be pretty safe with this if you've got waxes or coatings or sealants on your vehicles. And obviously this plays really nicely with Gtechniq's ceramic coating products, which we do have on the STI behind us here.
Yes, so citrus foam is pH neutral, so you're safe to put that on your paint. It's not going to strip anything off.
So what we'll do is we've got a little bit of a attachment, a little bit of assembly to get this foam gun in order and get everything all attached to the Karcher pressure washer. So what we'll do is we'll take you along on that journey and get this set up, ready to give a test.
Okay, so we're going to set this gun up and this configuration up. So when using the SGS28 gun, Nick on the Detailing Shed website, he has a range of configurations that you can select, and that is dependent on what kind of water blaster you have. So we got the Karcher K4, so we chose the Karcher K4 option, and when you choose that, what happens is it sends you a package with your different types of connectors that you need to suit your type of water blaster. So basically it's all about this part here, getting your water blaster to attach to this part. So this is the nozzle for the Karcher K4, and we basically want to get rid of this bit and then attach this bit. So I think to get this out, I think you push something like this. You do some pushy thing. Oh, there we go, and that gets that out. And then I'm assuming that this part here will attach to there, and then that will screw onto there, so you guys can watch me on camera fumble my way through here. So I reckon this is quite a good option, you know. There's a few types of water blasters out there, so as long as you choose the right one, I mean, I guess you're going to be alright. So oh yeah. And that's even got the Karcher on there, so you can tell that you got the right one because that says Karcher on there. And then maybe I should, I don't know how to get that off. Oh, there you go. So that's just almost like a quick disconnect kind of motion. But I think I'm going to screw this on first. Yeah. It's just a bit hard trying to hold everything on here. And what I want to do is I want to attach a bit of tape, I think a bit of Teflon tape to there so we don't get any leakages. Started? Okay, so I want to put our Teflon tape around here, around our connector here, and hopefully, as long as you get it started, it sticks to itself, and then you can wrap. There we go, round away. And hopefully by putting this Teflon tape on here, it'll stop it from leaking. You want that nice and tight. I don't know if this already came pre-assembled there, or if Nick from Detailing Shed had to do that, but whoever's done that's done a nice job, so we'll just see if we can match that. Okay, so now we can put our attachment onto here. So I've had a few attempts at trying to put this on. I think if you get this attachment and push it on quite solid, and then just do a little bit of rotation backwards and forwards, you'll kind of feel when you're on the thread, and then once you're on the thread, then you can do it. The first couple of times it didn't sit right, so just have a little play with that. Don't get frustrated with it like I just have, but it does work and it matches up quite nicely. It is quite tricky to put on because this whole section here will just rotate in your hand, and so if you hold that part there like that and then screw on, you get it on pretty tight. And I don't know if this part here is going to leak, but I suppose if you've got a spanner in here and a spanner in here and did the anti-clockwise thing like that, you'll probably be able to get that on there tight. And I suppose you'll find that out if it starts to leak. But I've just done it hand tight just for the show of the video. So got that part all attached, and now what we need to do is just attach our Karcher bit. So I would probably do it this way first. It's not necessarily the correct way, but get all that lined up before you pop this on. I know I went to put this on first, but probably not the smartest thing. And there we are. So there we have it. There's our SGS28 handle piece there, attached onto our Karcher water blaster there. So now with our quick disconnect onto our PF22, I think nice little shot there. There we are, all connected up. So that's kind of what the whole setup looks like. It's pretty stout looking, eh? Like real solid, good quality build. The thing I like is this nozzle here. So if you've used some other cheaper foam guns, when you turn this nozzle, it's kind of like you're turning for almost no point, but that's a nice clicking sound, and that's kind of like the subtle difference that I think makes these things real quite neat. So nice quick disconnect, and then we've got our quick disconnect onto here, and there's our lance on there as well. And then also in the box, well, in a bunch of attachments that we had, couple of screws. I'm not totally sure what that's used for, but there's a little screw there. There's another little quick disconnect in the package, which I haven't seen a need for just yet. It actually probably, no, it's a bit bigger than that, so I'm not totally sure what that's for. I don't know, nice little quick disconnect, attach it onto there. So that's quite cool. You can be like sort of walking around the car, you could have this little bit in your pocket, and then when you come to do your cleaning of your wheels, attach that little spray, give the wheels a bit of a spray, take that off, chuck it in your pocket or whatever, foam gun back on, where you go. That quick disconnect's an awesome feature, I really like that.
Now that we have set this up, what we'll do is go outside and see this kit in action. In particular, I'm really interested to see what the PF22.2 can do, especially compared to some of the foam guns that we've been used to using. So let's head outside and give one of the cars a wash. Okay, so before we can get started, we need to set up our foam gun with some citrus foam from Gtechniq. So this can be diluted at a ratio of 10:1. So what we'll do is put 100ml of product in the MTM foam cannon, and we'll top it up to the litre line, so 900ml of water in there. What's really great about this foam cannon in particular is the increments are in 50 mils all the way up to the litre mark. So I found on some of the other foam guns, you've got your 250, your 500, but this has it marked all the way in between. So unscrew the top. This is really hefty as well. The weight in that feels like a really high quality product. We've got a little Adams easy fill funnel here, just so we don't spill wash all over the place. And what we'll do, we'll find where our line is. So we're filling up to the second line on there. And so this is citrus foam by Gtechniq. Probably slightly overfilled there. I'd say we probably have about 120, 130 millilitres of it. But I'll head to the sink and I'll top that up with some water, and we'll come back and foam down the car. So that is all set to go. So just tip it a couple of times just to mix the product up a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll rinse the car down and then hit it with the foam.
I'm going to interchange these things just to have a little bit of a play. So this is the first squirt of water, so I'm pretty excited about this. That trigger's really solid, works really well. So the other triggers, you know, if you buy them from, if you're using your Karcher trigger or any other trigger that comes with your gun, it's usually pretty basic, but the build quality of this feels nice and solid, quite responsive. I like it. So when you come up to the roof of your car, this is where the 40-degree spray lance really comes in handy, because if it was straight you'd be up like that, but with this 40-degree it prevents that kind of movement, so that's quite handy. So on the end here we've got our 40-degree hydrojet, and see how it's got these two little bits here that sort of flare out on the end there. If you've got them pointing up and down, you're going to get the fan going that way. If you turn them that way, you're going to get the fan going that way. So bear that in mind when you're giving your rinse down. So one of the real benefits with this kit is you can give you quick disconnect. Now, I know we've already spoken about this before, but you disconnect there. You can do your disconnect there, and you've got your 40 degree hydrojet nozzle there, and that will just give a nice quick disconnect on there. And so I suppose you'd use that when you're coming around and rinsing the wheels and maybe down in the lower areas around the guards and stuff. So let's have a little play with that. Oh yeah, that's a nice feature. I feel you've got so much more control. You can be a lot more direct with that shorter bit there rather than the large lance. So I do like that. That's really good. So if I had the lance right now, I'd be way out here and not as direct with the rinse. To change from your rinse gun setup into the foaming gun setup, what you want to do is get rid of that, you quick disconnect, and then this is quite awkward to do by myself, but you then want to disconnect it onto there, and you're ready to go. I don't know what sort of settings we've got this at and how thick our foam's going to be. It's just set straight, whatever it came in the package. So I'll have a little play with that, get the adjustment right, and see what kind of quality foam we have. So when you just want to when you get this straight out of the packet, it's not going to be set to how you should have it, so you have to have a little play with it. So when you're turning your nozzle from, I think it'll either be plus to minus. Is there a plus to minus one here? If you have this open to the wide setting, you can see on the end here, if you have it open to the wide setting, you're going to get that sort of narrow, thin, harsh foam, and then when you bring it closer in, that's when you're creating your fan setting. So the closer in, the bigger the fan is, so you probably want to make sure that's pretty much closed. This foam, I can smell already, so I've sprayed a few bits on there. It's really nice. I like the citrus smell, makes it quite pleasant when you're washing the car. So that's that adjustment, and then if you click this round to plus and minus, I'll see what that does. So that just looks like it's adjusting the thickness of the foam, so you want to have a little play with that to see the setting that you're happy with. So all in all, I'm happy with the quality of that foam. You can see it's nice and thick, and as that foam runs down the paint, it's then going to take all the loose dirt and grime and hopefully drop all that dirt and stuff onto the driveway and let it run away. And then we can just come around with our wash mitt and wash that.
It's incredibly thick, eh? And we haven't blown through an awful lot of product on there. That's probably, what, a couple of 100 mils to foam half the car?
Yeah, so we've used about 300 mils of product, so you'd easily probably get around the whole car with this filled up to the...
It's incredible just how thick the foam is on there and just how it's sticking to the paint. You know, I've watched some videos in the past and I've always wondered how people can go around the whole vehicle and still have foam on there when they get to the other side. And it looks like the key is having good foam and a good setup.
I'm just going to continue around the car foaming it, and then we'll get our wash mitts out and we'll wash any of that sort of harder dirt to remove. So this foam is just absolutely thick, good quality foam. I did notice that when I was adjusting this, I had it on to sort of, you can over thicken the foam and you're going to use a lot more product. So if you just knock this back a couple of clicks, you add a little bit more water to the foam and you get this nice consistency. You don't want it too thick, but you also don't want it too runny. So have a little play with that and I think you'll get a nice foam that you'll be happy with. We're all foamed up here. We're going to go around and wash the car. You guys have seen us do this 100 times, so we'll do that off camera, and then at the end we'll come back and we'll show you on camera how the rinsing process works with this MTM kit.
Time to rinse, so we've hooked up the lance here again, and we'll start from top to bottom. To be completely honest, I think having the lance on here is fantastic for the roof or for really tall vehicles, but equally using the setup with just the gun in hand. This is pretty fantastic to be able to come up nice and close and really get into the nooks and crannies. I think that if you're using this kit, you'll probably want to do exactly what we've done there and use that for the top of the vehicle, and you can pretty much get around, I'd say 90% of the car just set up this way. So we'll finish up the rinse now and we'll come back to you using the gun when we're cleaning the wheels, because I think that's really where this setup and this configuration right here will come into its own, being able to use this in one hand and have your wheel tools in the other hand. So we'll come back to you in a moment.
Typically on Omni Garage we go around and we foam and we clean the wheels first before we foam the paint, but we're just super excited to use the MTM foam gun that we decided for the viewers today that we would foam that first. I'm just going to go around, give it a foam, and then we can get into cleaning them. But the good idea here is that with your disconnect, you can disconnect this, just get rid of your foam gun, in with your quick disconnect here and your 40-degree nozzle there, so you can just get straight into cleaning your wheels without your wash bucket, without any foam and anything in the bucket. You can just rinse your brushes and you can just start by cleaning as you go, and then when you've got soap and grime and stuff on here, you can just give it another rinse. And and I like that process because typically we've had buckets and all kinds of tools and stuff, but this is a nice clean example of making things easier. So that's the washing process on the wheels, and now that the gun's all set up we can just give them a quick rinse. And I like this gun, it's got so much manoeuvrability. It swivels at the end here, the nozzle is short so it allows you to get up underneath the guards, allows you to get into all the little crevices on the wheels, and so much easier to use than your big long lance that typically most people have. And there we have it, the wheels are all done. So we've just got off the phone to Nick from Detailing Shed, and he gave us one piece of advice, so credit to Nick for that. But apparently when this hose is under pressure and it's all sort of curled up like that, the beauty of these guns with the swivel here is that if you pull it tight enough under pressure, this here should unravel itself. And as you can see, well, he did also give us some advice that he meant to hold that bit as well. Yeah. But if you have someone hold that,
I'll hold that end, and I think Nick's onto something here.
So if you hold that end and pull with this and untwist, and as you untwist, see how it just unravels? The kinks are all gone. So cheers Nick from Detailing Shed for helping us out with that.
Those are our first impressions using the PF22.2 and the SGS28, the wand here and the handle.
So if you're interested in any of these products, head over to Nick's website www.detailing-shed.com.au and check it out, and you'll be able to find this kit here and you can purchase that through his website. So once again, thanks Nick, Detailing Shed, thanks to Gtechniq and MTM for supplying us the products today.
If you've got any questions at all about this kit or the way we use it today, drop us a comment below and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.